How do you know if you want to invest in an area? So just like we do the financial underwriting, we also underwrite an area as well. We do it a couple different ways. First thing I do is just common sense. Do I want to be investing in this area? Common sense. Look at it on a map. Is this in the absolute middle of nowhere? Maybe I don't want to invest in it. Is it in one of my core areas that fit my buying criteria? You know, is it in North Carolina, South Carolina, Ohio, Georgia, Tennessee? Is it in those areas? Great. That's a great start. Number two, I get on Google Street View. Again, a lot of common sense here. Hop on Google Street View, put a little marker right outside the property, look around. Does it look like a nice area? Does it look like the hood? Are there, beat up cars? Are there boarded up windows? Look at the retail that's in the area. Is there a Chick-fil-A in the area? Is there a Starbucks in the area? Is there a Target in the area? Or is it, is there a prison in the area and, just warehouses and mechanic shops or whatever? Just have some common sense and be like, is this some nicer retail in the area? Is there a brewery? Is there anywhere to walk to? Is there parks? Is there just, cash checking places all over and gas stations? Not as nice. So first would be, is it an area I want to be in? Two, common sense, real quick snapshot of that actual area. Does it look nice? Is there nice retail? Are there nice houses around? Doesn't look like it's in the hood unless you're buying in the hood, then that's what you're looking for. Three, I use areavibes.com. Area Vibes will give a letter grade to certain things: employment, amenities, crime, schools. I think there's 8 or 9 things. It'll give a letter grade. So, I don't want crime to be an F. I don't want schools to be an F. Those are 2 big things that I look for. I want nice schools, low crime, A+ amenities, B+ amenities, stuff like that. Cost of living might actually be better, that the worse grade of cost of living, the better, because if something's a D on cost of living, that means income in the area is probably higher than most. So I use areavibes.com a lot. And then I use spotcrime.com. That shows you, any crimes in that area. It'll show you shootings, assault, robberies, theft, all that kind of stuff. It'll have pins all over the place, spotcrime.com. And then last but not least is citydata.com. I think it's city-data.com. And that's, you plug in the zip code, and that'll show you actual data on that specific zip code. So a couple things that we look for. One, I look for an increasing population or at least stagnant, right? I'm not looking for declining population. Two, I look for a median household income of at least $50,000, okay? Median household income of at least $50,000. And then for median property value, I look for at least $150,000 on property value. That's what fits our mold. Now, if you're in California or New York City or Miami or something like that, those metrics probably don't align that well. Or if you're in, Elk City, Oklahoma, I'm sure those numbers are going to be a little bit lower, as in Miami is going to be higher. But for most of the Midwest, Southeast areas that we're looking at, those are the rough numbers that we try to hit. Those are all things you can find on citydata.com once you type in the zip code. Those are a couple big ones. And then a couple other things that people don't really think about is there an airport? Is it easy for me or somebody else or investors or whoever to get to the property? Or is it a 3-hour drive from an airport? We only buy in places that it's easy to fly into. I can drive there really within an hour of an airport. So is it easy for me to get to? Is there a highway going through it? I know that sounds stupid, but I want to make sure that, again, it's easy to get to if I'm driving there and it's not totally off on in the boonies. Another thing with the airport, I like to make sure there's a major airline going there. Not to say that's end of the world, but I want a United, American, Delta, Southwest, whatever, not some like puddle jumper underwriting an area is probably one of the most important things you can do because you can't really change it. You know, you can change the property, you can increase the property, but if you're in a shitty area, you're going to attract trouble. The best way to evaluate an area is just go there, just drive there, ask around. That's another reason why we only look at deals within a couple hours of us, so we can very easily go there and just check it out if we want to. So that's it. Those are my top few ways of underwriting an area, and don't skip any of them. If you have deals that you're already looking at and you're underwriting and you need help on, Legacy Boardroom, that's our daily group calls with our executive team. So acquisitions, operations, raising money, team building, anything you need on a daily basis, we can help out and help answer your questions, underwrite deals, talk through property management, talk through issues, hiring, firing, raising capital, deal structuring, all of that stuff. Every single day you can hop on with somebody from our team and ask those questions. So if you're interested in Legacy Boardroom, check out the description down below, and hopefully I'll see you on a Monday call.